From the crushing pressures of the deep ocean to the arid extremes of a desert basin and the lush canopy of a tropical rainforest, Earth is blanketed by an incredible variety of living organisms. We share this planet with a staggering array of plants and animals. To date, researchers have successfully cataloged somewhere between 1.7 and 1.8 million distinct known species. But cataloging life at this scale creates a massive logistical problem. Relying on local, everyday language to identify what you're looking at leads to confusion. A mountain lion in one state is called a puma in another, and a cougar just across the border. This kind of linguistic chaos blocks scientific progress. Without a unified way to talk about these organisms, biologists cannot accurately share their findings or even verify they are studying the same animal. To make discoveries global, science required a single, standardized language. In human history, our earliest attempts at classification were strictly utilitarian. A plant was either a food source, a medicine, or a poison. An animal was either livestock, a beast of burden, or a threat to your shelter. That system worked for basic survival, but it lacked the precision needed for rigorous study. In the 18th century, a botanist named Carolus Linnaeus published Systema Naturia, laying the groundwork to replace that functional chaos with mathematical precision. Linnaeus championed a formalized process known as nomenclature. This is a universally accepted set of rules designed to guarantee that a specific organism is known by the exact same name, no matter where you are on the globe. However, you can't assign a standardized name to an animal you don't understand. Nomenclature relies entirely on a prerequisite step: identification. A scientist must first carefully observe an organism's physical structure, cellular makeup, and developmental processes to verify exactly what it is. The specific solution Linnaeus introduced is called binomial nomenclature. It strips away regional confusion by assigning every described organism a strict two-word scientific title. To see how this works in practice, take a look at a completely ordinary mango. Biologists refer to this plant as Mangifera indica. The first component, Mangifera, is the genus. The second, indica, is the specific epithet pinpointing the species. Derived from Latin, these names are always italicized. The genus is capitalized, and the specific epithet is lowercase. Binomial nomenclature is a global data tracking system. It guarantees that whether a researcher is publishing a paper in Tokyo or reading a textbook in Toronto, Mangifera indica points to one and only one specific identity. Naming an organism is just the first step. Scientists then sort these identified organisms into a nested hierarchy of categories based on their observable traits. In science, these categories are called taxa. At the very foundation of this hierarchy is the species. A species represents a group of individual organisms that share fundamental similarities. Take the lion, for example. Its specific epithet is Leo. Compare that to the tiger, which has the specific epithet tigris. They have distinct morphological differences. Sharing overlaps, Leo, tigris, and the leopard group into the genus Panthera. This system scales up. Panthera joins cats in family Felidae, while Homo sapiens belongs to Hominidae. These lineages merge at class Mammalia, animals with hair and milk glands, before grouping into kingdom Animalia. Notice the mathematical relationship here. As you move higher up the taxonomic nomenclature, the number of characteristics shared by all members decreases. The categories get physically wider, making the relationships between organisms broader and more complex to define. Navigating that complexity required the work of scientists like Ernst Mayr, an evolutionary biologist often referred to as the Darwin of the 20th century. Mayr made understanding the origin of this staggering diversity the central focus of modern biology. He helped refine a branch of study known as systematics. Systematics goes beyond simply cataloging what an organism looks like today. It aims to trace the actual evolutionary relationships between different life forms over deep time. To accurately map those relationships, researchers lean on physical evidence. Centuries of collected museum specimens, bones, fossils, and preserved tissue serve as the hard data points. Taxonomy transforms classification from a simple filing system into a literal blueprint for the family tree of planet Earth. This systematic framework reveals that every organism on Earth is linked through horizontal and vertical relationships, tracing a direct line back to our earliest ancestors. By identifying our own place in the family Hominidae alongside the rest of the animal kingdom, we see that humanity is simply one node in an ancient, massive biological network. Recognizing the exact structure of that network is the crucial first step required to conserve the biodiversity we still have.